Mr. Green here. Hope all's good. Let's try to answer the question, can residential wind energy power your home? Of popular renewable energy, we of course know that residential solar is quite capable of powering a home. Geothermal can do as well. Probably if you live near a body of fast-moving water that is strong enough and accessible, then micro hydropower can power your home as well. We'll cover all these modalities later in a later presentation. But what about the good old wind? If you want to go renewable, then solar can be a more flexible option for residential and does not need as much space or restrictions as wind. So in a way, residential wind and solar sort of compete a bit. But if you have a big space and a lot of consistent wind in your locale, then wind can work, maybe. Let's give it a look. Challenges are as follows. Energy Sage writes, significantly reducing a household utility bill with wind will generally require a professionally installed turbine with between 5 and 15 kilowatts of generating capacity. Weighing in at more than 1,000 pounds with blades that extend up to 30 feet, it will need to sit atop a tower that may stretch more than 100 feet in the air to maximize its capabilities. Obviously, not every locale fits into those requirements. Energy Sage also writes, one commonly cited number from the American Wind Energy Association pegs the cost of wind at between $3,000 and $5,000 for every kilowatt of generating capacity, meaning costs could range from as low as $15K for a smaller 5 kilowatt setup to $75K for a 15 kilowatt system. And then, it goes up from there depending on large power requirements. Wind power, the physics varies with the cube of the wind speed. So the higher position above ground needed to capitalize on the best wind, once again, may make it harder for residential folk to fit into the codes. Zoning restrictions, local regulations may limit the height of the structure. And then grid connection. Connecting residential wind to the local utility grid can be complex, may require meeting specific interconnection requirements. As we know, wind turbines can make some noise, and that might not, turn your neighbors on. But if you're out in the middle of 50 acres, it won't bother anyone but you. Structural damage to a roof, if the wind system's affixed to a roof, it's probably best not to, although there are turbines now that don't use blades and that can be affixed to the top of the roof. What are the positive aspects